It's loading.
There we go.
Hey.
Are we live? Yes, we're live. There we go.
Reset my camera. My kitchen's in the background. Hey, there Stephanie, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Anna?
I'm great. I'm great.
So,
it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but good day. Good day.
Well, tonight, I guess we just thought we'd hop on and like give some live readings, right? And do some Q&A.
Right. So, and then like one of the topics we were talking about, right, is the dating thing. Right? Like dating, because it's a thing. It's a
thing. Well, specifically, what I like to call dating when you're on the magical path, right?
Right. That's a whole other game. So it's like a double whammy here. Like it's already bad, and now you got to add this other thing into it.
Right. But it's also like it requires us to really be true to our path. Right. So it's kind of nice in that respect. Like it takes care of it. If you follow the laws of energetics, like it kind of takes care of everything for you.
Right. I mean, yes. Like I could not date somebody that was, like not in alignment with what I believe. I could, like in the past, I forced that, and I absolutely will not do that now.
No. Yeah, that's one of the things for sure. I mean, one of many, right? It's just whatever's right for you will align, and whatever you have to force just doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Forcing it does not work.
Right.
Anything in life though doesn't really work.
I think that has a lot to do with a topic that you had actually addressed, right? On your TikTok.
Oh. Which one? Yeah.
Like where we're dealing with people who aren't, mature enough yet, even just that situation. Like it can cause so much issue when you're trying to force something that's not aligned, right? Like when you see somebody and you look at them and you go, oh, they have so much potential. Run. Do not go near. No. That is the worst idea in the world.
That's the devil. Potential is the devil. Because potential means jack shit. It means nothing. Like it's literally in your mind. It's not a real thing.
It's a projection.
Yeah. If they had potential, they should be potentialing themselves. Like they should be taking care of it themselves. Like they should have already figured it out. Unless you want to be a mom, which is a thing. And I'm sure, and it goes for both ways. Like I am not an incapable female, so I don't know what that's like. I'm very capable. I'm super highly independent. I do what I say. I'm going to do something. I do it. Like if I have an idea in my head, it gets done. Like I don't lollygag with that stuff. Like I get stuff done. Right. There's a lot of us though that don't, and like so I don't know what that would be like to date that. I think it'd be but like.
For sure. Somebody who wants to be kept, right? Someone who wants to be taken care of. Right. I think that comes from a lot of childhood wounding. I think we have an epidemic of people who aren't healing their traumas, right? And then going out in the dating world.
Yes. or people that don't think they have trauma at all. So why would they bother, and it's a lot. Like it's a lot. It's sad.
Well, there's a quote and I forget who the source was, but I remember it was like a famous psychologist who said this, but they had yet to meet an untraumatized human being.
Sure.
Like we all have some level of it,
Of course. Yeah. Everything, everybody does.
Yeah.
From anything can traumatize you. It's relative to your experience, not to be compared to other people's stuff,
Hi from Canada.
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, but dating's like rough. It's gotten worse in the last however long it's been since the last time I was single. It's worse.
I think maybe, do you think the pandemic had anything to do with it? Because I really feel like people really lost it during that time.
Okay, well, yes. I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like everybody handled it okay at the moment, but when it let up and we could start having freedom again, that's when everyone went batshit crazy. Like, and I was expecting it to be the other way around. Like, I was expecting them to like lose it during lockdown, you know, like. But
Yeah.
as a student, I was teaching high school at that time, and I quit because fuck that. Like, no, like it was feral. Everybody went feral, like legitimately feral.
I agree. I agree with that for sure. Mary had a question. She said, "Any spirits around?" You know what, Mary? I can pull some cards for you and see if we have anything. I don't
have a sign that makes you think that they are around. Like, is there something going on?
Let me see. Okay, you know what, Mary? Actually, I feel a male presence now that you've asked. And can you give me? Okay, so he keeps showing me he ran a corner store, like a convenience store, and he looks like a grandfatherly type. I'm not really sure exactly, but he's showing me dress pants and dress shoes with white socks, and he's sitting here, and he's slim, and I don't know if he has a message. Do you mind giving us a message, please? Anna, are you getting anything?
For Mary? Yeah, I actually did. I was also getting a gentleman, but then I stopped and I was reading Parnavi? Question. Sorry, I got distracted. Because I got it came over her. That question took me. Sorry.
You're okay. Yeah, and we will get to you in a minute, Parnavi.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yes. So right now with the gentleman that's from the other side that's sitting here next to me, he is thin and tall, and he's got gray hair. And he's having me smell like a cologne right now. And it's like a mahogany, cedar, kind of lots of woodsy scents going on here. Let me know if that resonates for anybody that's watching. If it doesn't resonate for you, Mary.
Yeah, we didn't do our thing. We should have probably done it so we can control it better. So
I forgot.
We forgot to do the earth. So like because it'll just come in and just come in like.
Yeah, I didn't say specifically who to come in before we did our live, like before we climbed on our live, because we usually do give the spirits some kind of guidelines. Right. But so tonight it might be a little bit wild because we forgot to give the guidelines. So if this person resonates with anybody, he's right here actually, like sitting right here. And if you're a sensitive, if you just squint your eyes enough, you can probably see him. Mary says, "Sounds like my grandfather. Was he a pipe smoker, Mary? Like he showed me a corncob type pipe or something, like a tobacco pipe."
Yeah, it's that sounds like her grandfather's Six of Cups, nostalgia, back to childhood. So.
Yeah, I got water as well, which is an element for cups, which is emotion. Oh, your dad was okay. Well, that would be a sign then for that your dad is with us as well. Hold on, I need to plug in my computer really quick, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we're like today's been crazy today. How are you guys? Where are you guys from? Like, I'd love to know where you guys are from. I am in Los Angeles. Stephanie's in Central California.
Fresno, California.
Yep. Aquarius, huh?
There we go.
So,
I think
Yeah,
we had one person from Canada.
Toronto, right?
Yes.
Toronto.
And I don't know who else we got on where they're from, but we'd love to hear from you guys.
Oh, you said it's also on my Facebook, right?
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes, there's some people there now.
So, Mary, I'm going to finish my card reading for you. So, the harvest upside down is actually telling me that your ancestors that are here sitting with me, they are saying that you need to be careful because there's a situation coming up where you might lose some money. So you need to be very careful. Like you invest money and then you're not going to get your return. So be very careful and wary of that. They're warning you about this.
Nice. That's nice of them. No? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the pentacle, which is just to me reminds us of spirit because that is the sign for the element of spirit. And spirit is with you. They're saying hello. They're with you. They're consistently with you when you feel them in the room. That's them. This is an affirmation too. That is them.
Okay.
So thank you, Mary. And if you want a longer reading with either of us, our websites are on the ticker on the bottom.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, that's from my Facebook page. So thanks for logging in from there. Appreciate it. Right. So wait, what was the other question? Was from
Parvani. And it was, hello, may I know, is there anything good coming up for me? Do we want to let's put that one on.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Yes, okay. There we go. Is there anything good coming up for me? Struggling since a very long time. You know, let me pull some cards for you, Parnavi, but I really feel like something good is coming for you. And like I'm getting the color orange, which could mean your sacral energy, right? Which would mean like creativity. I feel like something really good is going to happen for you in the creative world. You've had issues with a mother-daughter relationship, I see.
Yeah, that's harsh. Yeah. They're never fun. Let me see.
Oh, wow. And you didn't see it coming. Okay. And you felt like your everything good was taken away, and it's not. I'm here to tell you it's not. I'm telling you that it is going to get better, and my heart's aching as I channel you. Parnavi, I want you to take a deep breath and know that you are loved. And that you need to embrace your own divinity and your own power because you are a very powerful, wonderful person. And you're going to get over this. Things are going to get better for you.
Right. This is I got Two of Wands and Page of Pentacles. So there's like, that's the kind of parting of ways, right? Like the kind of separation there, but that's not forever. Like it's not forever. It's just, there's something a little unstable here though. Definitely some unstable energy with the Page of Pentacles. It looks like, let's see. Well, yeah. Oh my gosh. Two of Pentacles. There's juggling. There's some juggling going on here too. Like trying to balance too much at once.
Yes. I feel that way too. Like a scattered energy.
Yeah. Like really. Yeah. So it's fragmented. You're fragmenting yourself. Stretching yourself too thin, right? Spreading yourself too thin. So, you need to like take some time to recuperate at, some wellness days, right? Like some self-care kind of days. And it's, yeah. Yep. Hey, this is that's important. That's like imperative because otherwise you're going to burn out like bad. A lot of the negative feelings too, the stress is coming from that fragmentation. It's just like, it's too much. You're taking on too much going on. Try to simplify a little bit more so you can have a more clear perspective of what's going on. Those kinds of relationships that can mess with us like big time, right? Okay. Oh.
I feel somebody having a head pain right here, whoever's watching us, and I just want you to know that I'm doing some distance Reiki while you're watching.
Judgment card, yeah. Okay. Like, I think a lot of emphasis is on what other people think or how it's going to look to people outside, and it shouldn't matter. Like, keeping up appearances, what's that about? That's why.
There we go.
Family, oh, yeah. So, the facade of keeping up the family appearances is like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this is a lot. Sometimes you just don't have to do that.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to do that. In fact, when it comes to looking at your life when you get to the end,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to have regrets. And the person that's going to care about your dreams the most is you. Just hands down. That's just the way it is. It's not anything personal. It's just the way the world works. And so standing in your power and empowering yourself and loving yourself is an act of rebellion against these things, right, that have harmed you, but also to show yourself, look, I'm not owned by these things that have hurt me. I can overcome, right. And I will.
Yep. That's spite. Yeah. Favorite emotion.
So thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Pranavi, for allowing us to read for you. And if you want even further, more in depth, either of us have our websites down below. And then Diksha.
Is that you? Is that you? Are you in this equation there, or are you trying to get readings on people that are not here? You know, like, who's that? Who are those people?
Dude, yeah, they're in the same office. Okay, now, like, yeah, because we need people's consent to read them. We don't read without consent.
Right. We could, but
so, like, if it's, I mean, we could, but I don't think it's good to do. It's not fair. But like if it's something that you're relaying to them, like they want to know, like that is totally fine, and we can give you a reading for that. Just let us know.
But if it's like trying to find out what the digs are on people now, right?
Yeah.
Because like we get that a lot. People want to know.
Yeah.
You know, but you could ask about yourself and how you relate to these people.
But if you are in a relationship with one of these people, then of course it would have something to do with you.
Right.
So if that's the case, then please let us know, because I'm having some kind of weird feeling like there's a love triangle going on here.
Yeah. There's something. Yeah.
And Angela, hello, Angela. She says, "Hey, can you do my next?"
Well,
yes.
What's yours? What's your question?
What is your question, Angela? And Diksha, we will get back to you.
You're gonna have to clarify that question, please.
And Angela, let us know your question. We'd love to answer. What's going to happen with me? Okay.
Well, what's his name? What's his first name?
Does it start with an L? And she says, what's going to happen with me and this guy I've been seeing? So, okay. I see you with I see you with somebody with an L name, but that could be a friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I get so it's Dalen. It's starting off as 2 of Cups, like all hunky dory, but it's gonna end up as 10 of Wands, like oppression, like not the best situation. Looks like. See. Yeah. Someone else is gonna come along. King of Cups here.
Hi, Kristen. We'll get to you next. If you have any questions for us, post it in the chat. So, Angela, I just got the rose reversed. And in my oracle deck, what that means to me is somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes. Somebody's lying to you. So that's what's going to be happening is this person's going to be lying to you. Your forever person, I'm seeing the name Lee or L-E as the first part of the name. Definitely an L, though. And also they have longer legs. He has longer legs and like kind of like Western wear is what I'm seeing, like boots and jeans.
Wow. Cowboy.
I wouldn't say though specifically cowboy, but like
I mean, yeah. No, like I see the same.
It could be the last name. I'm not. Yeah, it could be. It doesn't have to be the first name. But I definitely see L-E. Okay.
Like, this guy's lying. That there's something wrong here. Because it's like you're starting off with this, like, everything's good, and it's just going to switch to, no, it isn't. Like, really.
Ooh, and it's going to make you feel older than you are. Yeah. You're going to be stressed out and tired from it. Well, yeah. And no, like I said, it's not like he's a cowboy. It's like boots and jeans. I don't know why I keep seeing that. But it's not like cowboy style, but it's not like combat boots either.
Like it's casual, business casual.
Kind of, yeah, but like I don't know what it is about this person. But I do see him being more rustic than what you're used to.
Maybe he's like a
earthy, even
handy, like
earthy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm smelling the grass right before rain.
Yeah, I love the smell.
And like you're gonna smell that when you meet this person, Angela.
Cool. Yeah, this is definitely like not the person you're supposed to. The one you're with now, Dalen, or whatever. No, it's not gonna work out. I don't think. But someone else is on the way, for sure.
Yeah, somebody else is definitely on the way. So oh yeah, and no, like serious, like I think we both agree, right, Anna?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like, I mean, literally, it's just not so. Like, it looks good right now, maybe where you're standing, but in the reality of it is not good. It's like there's some facade here. There's some.
Yeah.
Like there's something that you don't know yet. I think that is gonna be problematic.
Something that's going to come to light.
Yeah, and then the behavior too of like oppression, like oppressive, controlling, dominating.
Heaviness on your chest. Yes.
Yeah,
so thank you, Angela. And if you need more in depth, you know where to find us. So Kristen says, okay, I need to make sure that my sister's lung surgery will be good after it. Kristen, can you give us a more specific question? Like, are you asking if the lung, is it a transplant of some sort that I'm seeing here? Because it seems like she's got some heaviness in the chest, right? Like I'm short of breath as I'm feeling this, but I'm seeing that things are going to be okay. She's not ever going to be back to how she was before.
Wow.
And I want you to understand that. Spirit is telling me, like screaming this at me to explain this to you. She's not ever going to be the same, but she is going to be okay. And I want that to land for you. Is that she is going to be okay, and that her lungs will work, but not to 100% capacity ever again. Anna, you want to?
Yeah, I sorry, just got like a super dissociated channel a second ago. Sorry, just caught back in. That's happening again. Great. Yeah, no, this is so that's what I'm getting. That's happening with her, like leaving out, like being able to leave, you know, like she's getting like there's she's not gonna be the same because there's a relationship she has now that wasn't there before with the nearness that she is, like how, you know, like fragile she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a relationship, and I think that's causing confusion also. Like I think that might be distressful, and that's common, right? Like when we get really sick and things happen, we can be left with more questions than answers, right? Like
Yes.
we
Yes.
get glimpses and gleams of like the other side occasionally, and it's like, are we dying or are we not? Like, so there's this liminal state that she's in a lot. That is maybe a cause of a little bit of depression, actually, like because it's so
Well,
peaceful there.
yes, yes, because when you're sick, you're like, why am I stuck in this body suffering this way?
Right.
And I know the peace is on the other side, right? But the truth is that the reason to be here, number one, is the illness. She's experiencing it for a reason. The liminality, she's experiencing it for a reason. There is no such thing as coincidence. When we get sick like these illnesses, it's a call to understand, and it's hard. It's a hard path, and it's a hard enlightenment, right?
Yeah.
But but at the same time, she's gonna be all right.
Yeah, but again, there's a little bit of adjustment, acclimation.
Yeah, because like I said, it's never going to be the same. Her body's never going to be the same. It's never going to go back to capacity. It's just been too liminal, too long.
Right. Yeah. It's and like too vividly liminal. Like it's too real. It's too real. So it's not just like the kind.
Yes, your mom's spirit is with her. Does your mom have wavy hair? Like did she have longer gray hair?
Yep.
I'm seeing a woman she's goodness. She's standing here and she's actually okay. Then there's another woman here first. Whoever's like asking, there's an older woman here who is kind of a larger woman with long gray hair. It's kind of wavy. Mm-hmm. She's sitting here and she's somebody's ancestor, but that's okay. So Kristen, you were asking if your mom's spirit is with her. Yes. That is a resounding yes, just because I got the word yes when you asked it, and that's why I said yes. But separately, there's another spirit here wanting to talk to somebody. So thank you, Kristen. Anna, did you have anything else to add to that? I think you did a pretty good channel there.
No, I had to come back out of that for a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
That was a lot. Like
it was a lot.
Really, it feels almost like every time it's getting deep, it's getting more further in, if that makes sense. You know, like so.
Yeah.
And it's like on purpose. I feel like it's on as an intention set.
Well,
like I want to be peaceful. I want to go like, and it's just the longer increments are having more problems with reconciling them back on this side. Like it's the longer that you stay, the harder it is for you to just, explain to yourself like what's going on, and it can actually kind of start to cause a bit of a spiritual psychosis, I think. Like so, or like not super bad, but just to the point where you're starting to really question like what's real and what's not. Like what am I actually dreaming? What am I actually experiencing? Like so.
Yeah, I agree. You can't
do that every day. Like it's not healthy to do it like every day. You know?
Right. Oh, absolutely. So does anybody else have any questions while we're still on our live? We were talking about relationships again earlier, and where were we on that? Because
I'm about dating and being magical daters.
Well, okay. So like as a medicine woman, right? Like I have this experience, and I think you do too, where it's like when we're around people, period, our energy is very divisive. People either love us or they hate us, right?
Yep.
And so like that happens in dating too, right? People
Oh yeah.
have very divisive reactions, and also especially when you use the word witch, right? Like they're like, oh, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Or
or
you get,
they're like, oh my god, like me too, or I get it, or
right.
so you never know.
You
It's
never
always
know.
one or the other.
Really, it's true. You might have some, nice douchebags that come tell you how stupid you are in your DMs. Like, like I love that. I love it. Like, bring it. Are you serious? Come on. Like, first of
Yeah,
all, I'm not the one that wasted my time.
right.
Like, who's the dummy? I don't know. Sounds like you are. But yeah. Like, I don't have time for people that don't have open minds to things. Like, if you haven't figured out, and if you're this far along in life, to where you would want to be dating someone my age anyway, like, so you're in your at least like late 20s, early 30s, whatever, like depending on what you're comfortable dating, right? If you haven't figured out that like there's more to meet more than meets the eye, that there's more that what science can measure based on our past alone, like the history of discovery alone, is all you need to look at to know that science does not have an answer for everything. They say they do, but they don't, and they always have to eat crow and be like, "All right, sorry, it did exist. Sorry, we killed you for that theory that you had. Turns out here we're going to posthumously name it after you now." Like, this is like repeated. So the idea that people think that they know so much about science when, I actually was a scientist for 20 plus years. Like I might know a little thing or two about this stuff. That they think that science is just the end all be all, and that's it, and that there's nothing else, and they can't even open their mind to it. I don't want anything to do with you because you're boring. How's that?
I agree with that, but I also mean like the energetic of it.
Yeah, no, but like that energetic right there is already a no. So like that person's gonna be closed off for all of that, and you're gonna trigger the hell out of them all the time. Like,
correct. Yes.
So like in general, the energetics are like, if you have somebody that's not secure in themselves,
right?
They don't know what their ambitions or goals are, or it's gonna be a problem because we don't act out. We know what we're doing. Like we know. We have a path, like we know what we're doing, right? So, and people get offended by that.
I think that has to do with several things, right? Like I think as a medicine woman, as a witch, as a healer, as a psychic, as like a prophetess, right? As a priestess, as all these words that they have for us, right? As a doula, whatever you want to call us, right? There's this energetic to it. And the energetic is that of the vessel, right? Like we're here embodying the vessel, and so you feel us more. And when you feel us, like you feel our dedication to the path,
right?
And that acts as an energetic to an unhealed person as a mirror or a projection, right?
Oh yeah.
Or if somebody's ready for a healing, right, they're going to be super attracted to us because they're ready for their healing. And then if we bring them into our energetic like field, right, on a daily basis, they're going to get worked by that, right?
Right.
And so they meet the dark night of their soul, and they definitely go through a gauntlet of horrific things to get to the point of being aligned with us, and either they sink or they swim. Like there's no in between,
right? But that's not our call. Like it's not our call. Like we don't call it. That's up to them. Like
because we already dedicated to a path, to a lineage, right? So like because of that, it either aligns or it doesn't. Like there's no in between there. There's no gray area there.
Yeah. Like there's no gray area for me. I can't date someone religious. I can't.
Okay, I hope I said this right. Keisha, hi, how are you? We're good. How are you? And where are you watching from? And do you have a question for us?
Yeah.
We're answering questions. If you need like a psychic medium question answered, we'd love to do that.
Yep.
So I agree with you. Like it's a black and white thing, and younger me would have told you no. I would have said no, that's just not true. But it is. In society, we're taught that everything has gray, shades of gray to it, this and that. But in magic and energetics, there is no gray.
It's a spectrum. It's the spectrum of the same color. Like just in different varying degrees, right? Like
right, like everything's pretty much the same color. It's just like, it's this or it's not, you know. Everything is absolutes when it comes to understanding energetic lineages. Thank you. Oh, you're from Alabama. Hello. So give us a question, my dear.
Good question.
So what was I saying? Oh yes. So the energetic. So anyways, so when you have someone who's on the dating scene, right, who is on this path, it is a whole different conundrum of issues, right? It's a whole plethora of bullshit.
Oh yeah.
That you have to deal with.
Competition, comparing, you know, like, gosh, so many things. It's just annoying. Like, so there's nothing more unattractive to me than somebody that's like, for a man, like, that's like, boo-hoo me, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I hate that. Like, just no, like, own it. Like, find something you're interested in, do it. Like, I don't know, you know? So we don't do that. Like, I get ideas and I do them, I implement them right away, and they're quick and they're efficient, right? That pisses people off a lot. Like, I can't tell you how many times people have been mad that, like, I was talking about something and now I'm doing it, and I don't get that.
Okay. So let's talk about that, because that has a lot to do with masculine versus feminine energetics, right? And what people think is the false feminine, right? Like what they think feminine is versus what real femininity is, right? Because our society thinks that femininity is the fawning aspect, right? Of trauma. Right? Or the damsel in distress, right? But when you have a healed woman standing in her feminine energy, what you have is a woman who's going to tell you clearly her expectations of her man or woman, whatever gender you're in a relationship with. But what's going to happen is you're going to give this person like clear expectations, because, you know, expecting somebody to be a mind reader or do something for you is very damsel in distress actions. You know, it's very, oh, well, somebody will come save me. No, you're just showing the universe that you want to continuously do this now.
Yeah, like it's
over and over and over again. And then you wonder why you end up getting broken up with all the time. And it's usually because they're not a mind reader, you know. And it's not feminine to do it. It's more of the actual feminine energy to look your man in the eye and say, this is what I want. Can you give it to me?
But then they'll still say like that you didn't tell him.
It doesn't mean that, and if he doesn't want to give it to me, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stomp around and be like, no. It's like, okay, I'm going to get it for myself anyway, but I was giving you a chance to do it for me first.
Right. Yeah, like that's the thing is, you know, one of the things that really bothers me is when somebody acts like you have to tell them, like, walk them through every single thing. Like,
right.
You know, like, okay.
Keisha has a question. I just saw it. On my rant, and then when and how did you realize your abilities? And I'll let you go first.
When? A long time ago, I guess, but like, I would say I was probably 30 before I really like started looking at it like, maybe this is a thing other than just coincidence, right? You know, because it started happening closer together, you know, like more frequently. But now, like, honestly, to be very bluntly honest, it's 2016 when I died in the hospital. Like that, after that experience, like I can't, now I know, you know, like I can't go backwards from that. So for sure then, that was helpful though, because at least it gave me something to go, okay, here's like a reason why, you know, it's become stronger. But, you know, how did I realize it? As, well, unfortunately for me, I ended up seeing like a crime scene case, like a case that was in the news. And I saw in my mind's eye, like I saw like what happened, and it hadn't come out yet. And unfortunately for me, it was correct. Like everything about it was correct, and it sucked. And that's the thing; it's not fun most of the time. Like a lot of the time, it's really upset. You get bad stuff, like you see stuff that people have been through, and you experience it from this. In this case, it was Casey Anthony case, like with that lady that you know, whatever, her kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it from the kid's perspective. I saw it like from somebody watching the mom, but now that's not the case. Now it's like I'm the person experiencing it most of the time, and it actually is a bit much sometimes, right? Like it can be traumatizing in and of itself to see things like that,
Yeah.
And it's always like for some reason, I think it's probably just how I was involved with forensic science and like crimes investigation that made sense for me to be able to, like that was one way it opened up for me so that I could use that because I was familiar with it, I guess. So I think it's different for everybody, right? Like how about you, Stephanie? When did you know that you could actually do things, and like what was it?
Okay, so my first remembrance of seeing spirit was like I was 5 years old, and that was the earliest I remember seeing spirits walking through my grandparents' house. And it was my ancestors. It was very common for me to see that. And then I had like supernatural visitations by the time I was 9. But I didn't really believe I wasn't crazy until I was like 19, 20, and I started, I had learned how to read the Akashic records. I was taught how. And I really started believing in my ability and practicing my ability as a psychic and as a medium, because I come from actually a family of gifted psychics. But there was a lot of repression of our gifts for a while because of growing up in the Catholic Church. And so it wasn't until adulthood that I really was able to embrace it and learn all the skills that I could hone as a psychic medium and understand like the whole roadmap of it, really.
Yeah.
But while I was raising my children, I shelved my gifts for a while, and then not until they were old enough for me to do this work again did I start back up. And now all my children are adults, but I shelved it for a while, and that can make you sick, and it did make me sick. It made me
your house haunted. Definitely, it'll make your house a lot more haunted too. Like,
oh yes, there was a lot of kinetic energy going around, and like I got so ill, and there was nothing the doctors could find, and it was the most excruciating illness. And so, you guys, if you have gifts, it's not a good idea to suppress them. It's better to go find a teacher. And myself and Anna, our teachers, we do mentor this. We do help with that. We do teach.
Yeah, like I mean, we both have different like areas of expertise, right? So it just depends on what you want, like that. So
yeah, Keisha has another question. She said, did your family talk to you about it or act like it was not there? So in my family, it was like we all saw it. So we all acknowledged it, but it was very much tied to, well, this is just our family. They just come and watch over us.
Right.
It was explained like that so that I wouldn't question it more, because they were very afraid of what spirits were capable of, you know. So they lived in a lot of fear.
Or like super down for like, they can just possess you and like,
they're very afraid of that.
Right.
Yeah. So, in that respect, like there was some oppression in that respect, because they were afraid, and rightfully so. They were taught to be afraid.
Right.
But at 14, I had my first job, and I was a maid for the priest's home at the church, and it was very haunted. It used to be a convent, huh?
Is it St. Anthony's?
St. Alphonsus, downtown.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And it was very haunted, like very haunted. And it used to be a convent. And so I saw this nun, and she went up and down the staircase in the back of the house. And it was like an energetic imprint. It was definitely one of those. It wasn't like a haunting.
Residual haunting?
It was a residual energy, yes. but it looked like it was on a record loop, right? But she was so like she was like she was right there standing in front of me. Like that she was very not completely opaque, but she was pretty visible. And so it was alarming to me. And nobody else saw it in the house except my mother, who happened to be working there. And I brought it to her and she was like, you saw it too? I'm like, yes, I saw it.
Yeah, that's stressful. Like when you see it, it can be stressful. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and like that still happens to me to this day. But now like I can tell you what's what. I can tell you if it's, right in front of me, like as a spirit, or if it's in the flesh.
Right.
Yeah,
like, I mean, so how does that look for you though? Because remember we were talking about this the other day, right? Like when you see it, it's interesting because
so spirit to me has TV static.
Right. The kind of snow to it, like
they have it's like they're coming through with TV static. That's the best way. Like, how when you see somebody like glitching trying to come in, to like you know what I mean? Like when you see like cyber reality or something like that, and it's like they're trying to like glitch in. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. It's very staticky. And it's because they're pushing their energy through dimensions. And the issue is when you've crossed over, your thought is all you are, right? Like your ability to create is all you are, your spark, your sacred flame, right?
Yep.
And so like adjustment to pushing that energy takes a little bit. And so it looks very staticky because also here on earth is very dense. Like it's very dense. It's like they're pushing through a swamp to try to get to us.
It is ridiculous. Yeah, it is pretty bad. It is really hard.
Yeah. Anna, do you experience that too?
Which part?
The static.
Yeah. So I see mine. Like there's I don't know what it is over here. But in my living room, I see very frequently people just walking through, but they're not like people. They're like in a different layer. I don't know. Like they're in a layer beneath us, I guess, like a layer below us, and it's
Well, that's also where you live.
What?
It's where you live too.
It's not they're not scary. They don't even think I don't even think that they like see us like at all. Like it looks like they're just going about their business. But my family acted like both of these things. Acted like it was there and it wasn't. So they would be scared of it and they would acknowledge it, and then at the same time, if I ever tried to talk about it, it was not real, fake, blah blah blah. So that caused the problems. A lot. So I was like, oh, I just am crazy, I guess, Like, right.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to believe you're crazy than not. Keisha says, to me, it's like I can hear people like having conversations, but I don't hear exactly what they're saying sometimes. Yes, that's very spot on for our experiences as well.
Yep.
I see them, but not all the time. Most of the time I hear them. Right. Yeah. So that would mean that you're more clairaudient, and it's also, I would mess with some frequencies, some healing frequencies, sound frequencies, to get your ears kind of more prepped for them, because it's their frequency is higher than ours, and so it's hard to hear them sometimes. It's like it's almost muffled, right? Or like
underwater sound, like a
Right. Like an underwater sound. So what you do is I highly suggest listening to some healing soulful geo vibrational frequencies. And what that does is it's going to help you attune.
Right. And that's like really, I'm the same way. I hear all the time, like, and I see them also, but not as much as hearing. But yeah, it's the thing. Like you have to be, I don't know. It's like you got to be kind of mentally prepared to, like, kind of, deal with it, like on a regular. Like what Stephanie said earlier about how when she started accepting it, like it became more and more strong. That is true, 100%. I used to think that I didn't have, like, it was all coincidence because I couldn't control it. Right. But I couldn't control it because I wasn't practicing it at all.
Right.
Now I literally can, like, now it happens. And if I don't want it to happen, I can make it stop happening, right? You can just turn it off. Like, it's not always, but a lot easier than you used to be able to. And for me, like, when I see them, it's interesting because we were just talking about this the other day. I remember Stephanie, I was like, how do you see them? I will see somebody in my, like, first of all, it looks like a person's in my house. Like, it's like there's a person, I don't know who they are, and they're in my house doing some weird shit in the bathroom. Like, they're brushing their hair in my sink. Like, what the hell? You know?
Yes.
But then the second I blink, it's gone. It's like this impression that's, I'm not sure if I'm seeing it with my actual eyes or if I'm seeing it with my mind's eye or both. I'm not sure because it's so close, you know, like it's just really hard to figure out like what you're looking at because they disappear. But in that millisecond that you see them, you can see everything they're wearing, like what, you know, like very detailed for some of them. You know,
I'm
like,
going to give you some feedback on that too, because I've been to your house, right? And oh, by the way, Keisha, thank you too. Hi, Brooklyn, and hi, Rufeta.
Hey guys.
So I've been to your house, right? And you're in an urban center.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just I mean, next door to the college. Yeah. Actually.
And you live in an old part of town.
Yeah.
Okay. In a historic area. Yep. Okay. And so when you have people that close together, right, in an urban setting, you're going to have more buzzing, right? The energy is going to be more buzzy.
Yeah.
And also there's going to be a whole lot more spirits and energetic cycles, right? Like we were talking about, like the imprints, right? All over the area.
Right.
And where you're at specifically has a lot of Indian burial grounds.
Yep.
And also some really heavy duty stuff that happened historically.
Yeah.
And then you add in old Hollywood, which, I could go on for days about that.
Yep.
Like that. Okay. Every time I visit old Hollywood, I get so physically shaken. I have to like slow myself down.
Yeah. There's a lot of oppressive energy there and a lot of like heartbroken energy. Like there's a lot.
Heartbroken.
Yeah. Like
heartbroken is the feeling of old Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's pretty intense. It's like, it is. And there's so many people that have done so much to make sure that they make it and they still don't. And it's like this regret vibe too. There's like regret, there's sadness, there's celebrate. It's like all of it together. And it's just like a jumbled mess.
Yeah, for sure.
It's chaotic.
It is. And so like, because I do experience what you're talking about in my home, but not as much. And the reason is I live in an area that's not as urban, right? So I have more space. Right. So like I have a lot more area to just walk around and not encounter spirit.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got this neon moon deck. Let me try it. See. So, need a new deck, sorry. I need to try them out. I have so many decks, I want to try them.
Does anybody have a question for Anna's cards that she's pulling out?
Yeah, this new virgin deck here.
And then I think we'll stop at midnight. So we've got like
oh my god, so much homework I still have to do.
Huh?
Homework.
Ooh.
Oh, but such a good day today for things.
Right?
Yes. Such a good day.
You know what? Speaking of which, I don't know, you guys, if you know this, but I was posting this on my Facebook, that Jupiter in Taurus is favorable for abundance, and it's happening right now. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be happening until this time next year, or even all the way up to July, I believe. Okay. So it is a time for abundance. It is a time for money manifestation. And if you haven't watched our podcast on YouTube, you need to go see the Magic Hour with us. Yeah. Because we have an episode, and you will see it's called Money, Magic, and Manifestation. And on there is a money ritual. Now, my money rituals work.
Yeah.
I've been doing them for many, many, many years, about 7 years to be exact, professionally. And if you want in on that energetic, all you have to do is watch that podcast, watch our live ritual, and whisper with me, so mote it be, while you watch.
Okay.
So you can find that at A Stone Tarot on YouTube. It's A Stone Tarot and Magic, correct?
Let me check. I should know, probably.
And go subscribe so you get to alerts about our future podcasts on our channel. But also, you can also go to that episode, watch, maybe light a candle.
Yep.
The energy is there for you. It doesn't matter that it already happened on the eclipse. The energy is still there because we can do magic retroactively.
Right. You just have to accept it, like, as yours. And it works because I had today fighting off 3 different entities that were calling me, not to request money from me, but to give me money. And then some free products too, like sponsors, by the way, guys. Sponsors. Yes. So so someone offered a sponsor.
Yes, Rufeda. Yes. Okay, so she says, can I post this? So she said, Anna, I'm applying for the same job I applied for in December, and there was an HR issue with the previous interview. We'll get the job of unit manager for monitoring and evaluation. Yes, girl.
Yeah, because guess what? Guess what happened to me today? Same thing. Like 5 years applying, same place. Got it. Finally today. It's done. Like now. Yes. So it's time for that. It's time for that.
Oh, and then Brooklyn says, oh my God, the podcast support.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Yes. No, definitely go sponsor. Yes, we have a sponsor. Yes, absolutely. And but if you go watch them, I think you were on that one actually, Brooklyn. I don't recall.
Yeah, she was on that one.
Yeah. So, guys, if you were on there, you're reaping the benefits already, I'm sure, especially by this next new moon.
Yeah, I mean, it hit me all today once. Like, literally, I had a check in the mail that came out of nowhere. I really don't know what it's from. I got to open it. And then I had 3 people trying to give me money, like, back for stuff what? It was really bizarre.
Big Daddy Jupiter wants to give us all the abundance. That's the way it works, guys. Yeah. Like, let it flow. The money just wants to flow in, and the abundance too. And I always say, like, I'm okay with gifts from the universe. That's how it likes to give me things. I'm okay with that.
And Rafida, like, how you applied again, do it. Because guess what? For 5 years, I applied for this job. 5 years. The same place, the same, title of the class, or whatever. Or maybe it's not 5 years, like the last 2 for this specific job. And they never even got back to me. Today, I got it. I got the job. So,
girl, the energies are so favorable right now. Like, guys, if you have a job that you're thinking about applying to, or if you have a business endeavor that you're thinking about going to do, or you want to do your entrepreneurship, like, this is the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Angela, you said, can I ask another question? Because I've seen this guy for a month. I caught feelings right away, and so did he. Have anything. Everything has kind of gone downhill from there anyways. We're still kind of talking, but then I started talking to this other guy like 3 days ago.
His last name's L.
There it is.
Not really my type. Hey, you know what I learned about something? About types, okay? I learned this recently, as in very recently. The people that you think are your types, that feeling of like familiarity and like infatuation is trauma. That's what it is. It's not what you think it is. It's literally a warning sign for you to go away, get out. Bye-bye.
Yeah, butterflies
you need boring. You need the guy that's not your type, is basically it.
Yes.
Seriously.
Exactly.
That's literally, like, I hate to admit it because it sounds so boring. Because I like the excitement. I thought, like, I liked it. Like, I like the, ups and downs. No, I don't. No, it's trauma. It's horrible. Like, when you feel those, like, catch feels, like you said, that's not catching feels. That's catching trauma. Like, that's your brain recognizing patterns that are going to be bad for you. And it's trying to tell you to get out. the guy that you're like, I don't know, it's not really my type. That's the one you're supposed to go for. I swear, like that. Science and psychology will tell you that that's the one.
Honey, unless he's like
so like
she says, but he's younger than me. I don't know how it will work. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes people are more mature than their actual chronological age. Not always, but I get this feeling from this person that they're very emotionally mature. Like I'm getting wise beyond years about this person.
Right. Well, how what's the age difference? Like how much?
Yeah. Like how bad is it?
Right.
Like I mean, because
there's I think there is a cutoff, like maybe like appropriate, but like I don't know.
As long as number one, as long as they're legal,
right?
But also,
right.
I'm sorry, I'm on it.
True.
I swear to God, but it's true, right? But okay, that.
Oh. No, this ain't nothing. That's nothing. That is not.
Honey, what the? That's not even. No, girl. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm 45, and the last time I was single, I dated a 29-year-old. Okay.
Yeah. Then my kid's that's 10 years younger than me. Like,
ain't no thing, baby.
And that's the thing. Like the guys. Like they're like an older girl. I don't know.
Yeah, once I healed, I realized I like the younger men now. I love it, Rufeta. That's hilarious. My boyfriend's younger than me right now, and I love it. Like, it's great. Who cares? Yeah, like, who cares?
Don't feel that bad. Like, don't feel bad because that's nothing. If it's like 5 years, if it's less than 5 years, doesn't count it as an age difference. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't. And there's reasons for that because, like, think about it this way: you're in high school together at that age gap, like. You're still in high school together, like you're a freshman, senior, right? Like that's acceptable.
Yeah, that's still a generation together. Right? Like, it's still in the same generation.
Yep. Right. It gets a little more dicey, like when I don't know, I'm gonna be 45 and I have 22-year-olds hitting me up, like I don't know.
That happens too.
Yeah. Too much for me. That's a little too much. But like 32, 34. Maybe.
So she said, "So could you see a future with this guy?" Yes, I absolutely do, and I also see a. This is so weird. I see a pink shirt, like a button-up pink shirt. I don't know what kind of tell that is, if he's going to be wearing it in the future or if he's worn it before. For some reason, it's significant. You were in a 10-year relationship. Mm-hmm. It's okay to take your time and to have fun. And whatever's meant for you, Angela, will be there. Period. You can't fuck it up. You can't.
Yeah. True. This is true.
It's gonna do its thing. It's going to run its course no matter what. Whatever's coming for you, it's coming for you no matter what you do. So you might as well surrender to it and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And this guy is coming for you in a good way. And
cool. Good for you. That's awesome. Sorry.
Huh?
Dominic got
for a year now. Good for you, honey. Good for you. I think you're going to do fine, and this guy's going to be great. And then I see Dominic. Hey, my two favorite witches. My first ever tarot cards and book got delivered yesterday. You both inspired me. Great stream as usual. Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you. That's awesome.
And Angela, thank you for allowing us to read that.
Yeah. And don't get hung up on that. Like, have fun. You got 10 years. Like, just let loose, have fun. See what goes. Like, don't put so much pressure on it. Like let it unravel as it will. Like,
exactly.
That's I think we always try to force things. Like we do. We try to make them fit into this like box of like what we feel it's supposed to look like, and that's why I think we run into the most problems.
Yes.
Like I really do think that. And I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm just like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I end up on dates with people that are like, I don't know, I'm stolen car. Crazy stuff like.
Right.
Crazy.
You know what? Before we end, since Dominic hopped on, do you want like a card pool or a reading real quick before we hop off? Since you got in like right at the end. And yeah, I think our strong suit actually is we do see these relationships, and I like we can tell you from a mile away.
Yeah, just when it comes to me, like myself, I'm bad with it. But like other people, I'm the best advice giver. Trust me. Like, but myself, nope. That's changing though. That has changed. That's changed. New paradigm.
Yeah, you know what, Rufino, you're right. It is amazing when you heal how you now like the opposite of what you thought you wanted. It's so, because when we're in our damsel in distress, right, when we're in our victim mode, like we want somebody to like, oh, catch you next time, Brooklyn. You know, you look for the qualities that you actually need to have in yourself, right? And it can also be like a toxic mimicry of what you should be doing for yourself, right? It can come off even oppressive or dominating, right?
Right.
But like when you're empowered, then you look for your equal.
Right. Like when you love yourself, like genuinely, and you have boundaries for yourself that you set and you adhere to, like you make sure that they're followed, then you don't attract the toxic people that you were attracting before. Like literally because they are not attracted to you anymore because they can't take advantage of you. So yeah, it's just hard to do that though. It's just hard to break that cycle. So, and it does seem like, you know, and I'm sorry, I will never fix somebody. I'll never be looking to fix anyone ever again. Like that is not my job. Like I'm not your mom.
Right.
No, like don't fix people. Like if you see potential, that's too bad.
Yes, that goes right back to what we said at the beginning of the hour. Just, you know, if you see potential, that's not good. And also if you feel butterflies, that's also not good.
I know, it's such a bummer, but it's totally true. It is.
Rufeta said, may I have one more question? Yeah. There's this guy, his initials are AJ, and is he really interested in me as he says to me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. 4 of Wands. So.
Yeah.
Like the whole kit and caboodle kind of thing over here. Like that whole thing.
Like Rufeta, like, you know, like he really likes you.
My God. It's bad, but like, yeah. But we're on TikTok. We can do that.
What's going on over there, girlfriend? I want to know because all these guys like you, Rufeta. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, she does. She's like, she's had crazy though. Crazy. Yeah, one like just like she knows the crazy. Like knows it's just a lot, you know.
Dominic's laughing at me. May I have a reading? Victoria says, yeah, Victoria, do you have a question? Like a specific question for us? I'm getting my oracle cards ready as we speak.
You know what? I got new ones that I haven't used yet. That's called Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Sounds dangerous. Ha! And it's all of the darker goddesses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I haven't used them yet, but I don't like using oracle cards because you have to use a book, like, or like the meanings on there. But I guess right now it's fine. I don't care. It's brand new. I haven't used it yet at all, so maybe I'll pull one.
Okay, Victoria. Do you want a generalized card reading, or I would like to understand if I am on the right path for financial abundance? Okay, so here's what I'm getting. If it has to do with nature and gardening and a green thumb, then yes. If not, it's not a good idea. Like, I see you doing something working with your hands. And it has to do with something gardening, horticulture. Do you have a green thumb, Victoria? Rufate, I healed so much.
Good. I'm working on that right now. I just had my therapy tonight. It was good. You know.
Thank you. Victoria says, did that help, Victoria? Like I'm trying to understand here, because what I'm seeing is like, unless you're serving nature, unless you're doing something with plants, not really, maybe through healthy cooking, that could see that, but that is relevant, because healthy cooking would be working with your hands with plants, right? You're chopping vegetables, you're chopping herbs, you're creating something in the kitchen, like a kitchen witch, right?
Right.
Be working from the garden. So that is actually what it would be.
Like,
But I'm getting this rigid energy from you, the sun reversed, telling me that like it's like this thing or not at all. You do soul clearance with pendulums. Okay. No, let me pull on that.
I just got Callie for the Callie card, so
They
like I feel like that's it's like financial abundance possibly, but emotional toll is large. Like it's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's you gotta make sure you're protecting yourself like properly, because that's like I feel like that's gonna maybe cause some like some issues with your health coming up. Like too much if you're just going and not taking like precautions properly. Again, I do it too. Like I forget all the time. Like I'll do a reading and I'll forget like to clear off or whatever, and then like.
Are you a nutritionist? Because I really feel nutritionist, like healthy cooking, like you said, is the thing. Shamanic healing, yeah, but like what about like Ayurvedic cooking or like, because right, our healing starts in our gut, and you're coming into the understanding of that if you don't already. And shamanic healing though is about your relationship with nature, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to learn how to talk with the trees and the plants and understand what they need and want and are calling for you, right? And the earth and the air and the elements, because I'm a shamanic healer, and it's your relationship with nature.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah. It's important. Yeah, very important. And yeah, this is and then like the love of the self too. So there's like radical self-love you need to engage in. Like I don't know, maybe you're holding yourself, you have a grudge against yourself for some stuff, maybe like
because I have water reversed, which to me means there's a lot of stagnant emotional health stuff that needs to happen. And the law of 3 is upside down. So I'm feeling like Victoria, if I think you have some blocks going on, some major blocks, and I would suggest seeing like, since you're already learning about shamanic healings, like I would see somebody like one of your teachers or one of your shamans who have taught you to do like a cleansing or a protection thing for you. Definitely maybe settle some of your karma. That sounds like it's necessary. You've got some past life karmic crap going on that I see in your energetic cords. That is affecting your money, but like the more you heal, the better you're going to do. But I really do feel it has to do with, again, your relationship to nature.
Well, that is key. Like that is, shamanism is literally about communing with that.
And Ayurvedic, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye because I get words and text in front of my mind's eye. Ayurvedic cooking, like spirit really wants you to look into that, Victoria.
And 9 of Cups, like there's the caduceus here. So again, like the health issue, like making sure you're healthy, not just in body, but like in mind too. Because when we're doing shamanic like rituals, like if we're accessing those realms and stuff, that's not the only thing there, and things will hit on you. Like, so you've got to make sure that you're like grounded, like well grounded, well healed. You'll never be 100% healed, right? But like well enough to where that doesn't happen and kind of take you for a loop. Because there's, with this line of work, because like that's in my graduate programs, is in also shamanic healing. So I've been researching it. I'm not necessarily practicing it, but research it. And I have that Sami tribe in my lineage. So like, I'm very aware that there's a huge focus on making sure that we're right with ourselves first and foremost, like ourselves, not with how other people perceive us, but how we perceive ourselves is a major key. Because there's tricksters out there, right? They will trick us and make us think that, like get in our heads. So that's really key for you to make sure you're balanced and let go of these judgments you have against yourself for past things. It doesn't do you any good. It's like we can't change the past, right? We can't change it. You can just learn from it and move on. So those are the things that there's a block there because there's like this. The money thing is definitely, it's not permanent. It's like kind of self imposed. Like it's like maybe a feeling of like you don't deserve it, right? Like 100% believing you don't deserve it, or that you can't possibly earn money this way enough to where you can support yourself when you absolutely can. Like so getting rid of that idea because I think we all know what it's like when we started doing this. Like when I like quit my teaching job, okay, and like was like I'm just gonna do this stuff like because this is what I want to do. People were like, "You're fucking crazy. You're not gonna be able to make money. Like you're not gonna be able to make money like this. You're not gonna be able to support yourself." That shit gets to you. Like people are.
It creates a program.
It is. So like it's important,
And Victoria, maybe you should also watch our podcast on money magic and manifestation. It will help with this block. And it's free to watch on YouTube.
And I have an article that just published actually on research about shamanic healing and trauma and like how they're connected and related and like how like. So you can check that out. They're linked also in that.
Victoria, you are very welcome. She said it all makes so much sense. Here, I'm going to post it. It all makes so much sense. I was undecided to follow this path, the shamanic studies, and now I feel your message as a guide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. You're very welcome because you know what? It's there's room for everyone. Right. Period. Amen. In every aspect of everything. And the more the merrier. And when it's a call, and you have to honor it. It's going to ask you to create a lot of shifts in your life to make it happen, but you will be able to make it happen.
Yeah. And it is, and everybody brings something unique, which is why there's always room because there's going to be people that you speak directly to that have been waiting for you to find you.
More energy. Yeah. Yeah,
like
exactly.
They're drawn to you, and it's weird how the universe delivers those people to us all the time. It's crazy. It's really miraculous, honestly. So believe that, know that, like that's your calling. That's your calling. Don't doubt it, and don't let other people tell you that you can't do this or that or it's not viable. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like I don't hear you.
Yeah. No, that's scarcity mindset, and we don't play with that. That's silly stuff that doesn't exist. There's plenty of money for everybody. There's plenty of business for everybody. There's plenty of abundance for everybody.
There's plenty of spotlight for everybody.
Yep.
Plenty of spotlight for everybody.
Plenty of spotlight for everyone. So we have gone over. This has been fun, you guys. And we'll be back on Thursday, probably about 4 or 5 p.m. because I've got some business to attend to.
Yeah. So yeah, and then again on Friday at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys have any suggestions for topics too, please feel free to let
us know. God, please suggest anything like that for us. We love to talk about anything esoteric, witchcraft, shamanic healing, crystals, making your own incense, making your own altars. Making the crafty witch stuff that we do. Maybe we'll talk about the witchcraft that we do by hand, right? Like the things are witchcrafts, right? That we do maybe on one of our new shows coming up, like one of our podcasts in these couple days, because being a witch also you kind of make your own stuff to work with too.
Yeah, and it's better that way. I actually like it's much more. So yeah, so thanks guys. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you everyone. See you later.
Bye.